Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are in episode 4. We're going to cover adjustments in contest variable management during peak week in this this fourth series in peak week for women's physique and bodybuilding competitors. So we've talked a lot about this. I hope we're not going to get too redundant here, Adam. But in that week, when you're looking at a client's process and progress through the week, I know you are somebody who wants to have multiple check-ins a day, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I want morning pictures, evening pictures, sometimes, around the time you're going to be on stage. If at all possible, we want to track that closely because you almost create this intuitive, I don't want to call it out of the body experience, but you can almost feel what's happening inside of that competitor's body. You're seeing it, you've been watching it for months and months and making the calls and interpreting all of those changes. And so during peak week, it's, nothing could be more important than staying that much in tune with exactly what that client is experiencing. And I did a workshop just this week about client coach communication. And that is incredibly impressive to a client when they have a coach that's that not only attentive, but actually has the skill set, the knowledge to know what to look for and so forth. So, you've told us this on this podcast a million times, but go through your process of what you're looking for and why you would make certain changes based on that data that's coming in.
Yeah. So first, and foremost, I'm looking for how full or flat somebody is. Additionally, there's a lot of other factors that can change what I'm seeing. So at this point in time in the peak week, we know how much sodium and water somebody's drinking per day. But let's say someone sends me some pictures and they're just not as vascular. They look a little flat. We know that they've had most of their meals. Well, just because they had those carbs doesn't mean they're going to fill out. They actually might need more water to fill those solids and be fuller. So someone could be behind on water. You're looking a little flatter than I expected at this time of the day. Where's water intake at? Vascularity can be a good symptom of water management, but also somebody could be freezing cold in a room and they have no vascularity because the veins are just retracted to help keep them warmer. So, these small things make a big difference. So I think my clients are always surprised when I might ask, hey, what's the temperature in the room like? Now, when you're coaching in person, that's a totally different skill set. What the temperature in the room is, but then sometimes I'll just grab the wrist and I'm like, you're just freezing cold. So we might say, let's drink some warm decaffeinated coffee. I don't want their anxiety like going through the roof on show day, something to warm them up. And it's that fine tune, guys. Like every variable matters, and that brings them back to life and brings them back to how you're used to seeing them as a coach with their progress photos. And then you can manipulate all the other variables from there.
Even with my track record for winning, throughout my entire career with clients going back 20 to 25 years ago, these are the kind of things I've even learned over time. It's what makes me a better coach today than I was even 10 or 15 years ago. And that, these are the nuances and little minute details that I don't think, many of us would even have considered. You're looking for the big rocks to put in the jar first and manage from that direction. So I would agree. I'll give you an example. I have a client competing this weekend. And on a particular day where I thought, she's going to be a little bit tighter, a little bit lighter, we're kind of being very, very linear with her peak week. She woke up just, maybe half a pound heavier. And she immediately said, well, I had to wake up a couple hours earlier for this reason and just, feel a little off. Didn't have my normal morning routine. And that can make a difference. So it's like, okay, we just have to kind of factor that in, maybe discount some of those things that we think we should be analyzing and wait for another day. Maybe say, well, send me some photos this evening and we'll see, we'll compare. But even in those times, you're able to compare different sets of variables to say, okay, the weight's not the biggest deal. Let me really compare photo to photo from this morning compared to yesterday morning. And in this instance, I was able to say, you look just incredibly similar. I don't see you getting flatter, which is great. I don't see you, spilling over or retaining anything, which is great. It's just, this is just another day in the process. Let's stay on track. And as boring as that sounds, sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just to not see massive amounts of fluctuations that you have to try and move through or interpret in a way that could be a wrong move.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to jump into our 5th and final episode next time, and we're going to talk about managing contest day. So some of those things that Adam was starting to explain of what you need to look for, especially with these divisions, women's physique and women's bodybuilding. We're going to really kind of separate them from the other divisions in our final episode next time. So we'll see you then.